Hi, this is Kruby and Cal, and today I want to talk about treasury bonds, 30-year bonds. With investing your money in anything, there's a little bit of risk, and it's a calculated number. It's an actual mathematical number. It's not like guessing that the Lakers are going to beat the Celtics in the final or anything like that. It's an actual number. The riskier an investment, the more that investment offers in return for you, because it is risky, and because with that risk comes the greater possibility that the investment can go under and you're not going to get anything. So, with the exception of like commodities such as gold, silver, oil actually is a very safe investment. Gold and silver. The traditionally after those, the safest investment that everyone talks about is the Treasury bond, U.S. Treasury, 30-year Treasury bond, and right now, the Federal Reserve is making all sorts of efforts to get people to invest in Treasury bonds. And it is in a market such as we have now, where there's a lot of uncertainty. People tend to move towards safer investments to protect themselves, such as gold, silver, oil, and also treasury bonds. But in May of this year, I forgot the exact. I think it was May 6th. The Dow Jones plunged 1,000 points within a matter of an hour. That, according to my good buddy Max Kaiser, was done by the Federal Reserve so that people would get scared because they're losing shitloads of money, and like put their money into treasury bonds, issued by the government. Now, why would they want us to invest in treasury bonds? Kind of like forcing us. Not forcing us, but certainly persuading the American investor, those like stock market brokers that think they're oh so smart, and they're not, by the way, into getting out of the stock market and investing in treasury bonds, so this be safer investment. Okay, I'm not quite certain why, but what we have is like a sort of a panic reaction by the Federal Reserve to resort to these sorts of tactics. I mean, you're forcing the issue. You're resorting to these sorts of tactics just to get people to invest in something that's safe, that's supposed to be safe. me, that's a crystal clear indication that it is not safe anymore. The 30-year Treasury bond is not a safe investment. And like I said, the return on the 30-year Treasury bond is low because it's supposed to be safe. But if the Federal Reserve is resorting to these sorts of actions to get us in the American populace and people in other areas of the world to invest in their Treasury bonds, that means that it's really not all so safe if they're forcing that to occur. Meaning it's high risk default, and the bubble is going to burst. The Treasury bubble, the Treasury bond bubble is going to burst, and there's going to be a fucking default. That's what risk is. A risk is the chances of defaulting, as measured by actual numbers. And so the government is going to default, and that is when the shit hits the fan and economic collapse occurs, and there's nothing that can stop it. Nothing. And yeah, it's going to lead to a global economic collapse as well. And if you're not all terrified, then something's fucking wrong. Yeah. Okay, so fear is not like a good reason to pursue any avenue of anything, I suppose, right? Well, let's just call it something else then, because it has to be referred to as something. Yeah, if you know what's going to occur, then you can prepare for it. And I have to thank Demcat I'm learning all of these things myself right now. But as far as trying to prepare for it, well, I am trying my best to prepare for it. I'm very limited in funds, but I'm trying my best to prepare for it. I don't think anyone else around me is making any attempts to prepare for it, but they have. I'm sure they have family and friends and that sort of thing to help them out. Whereas I don't really have those things available to me. And so I'm gonna email the family members that I am allowed to talk to and am allowed to email, and friends that I am allowed to email and talk to, even though I can't see them because I don't have any means of transportation. And tell them to prepare and to watch this, because this is imminent. There's no way that it's not going to happen. It's just a question of when, and it's very, very soon. So prepare. When the dollar bill collapses, there are things such as food that become instruments that people trade with. If you have a surplus of food that's good for you, in that total obliviated economy for a couple months, you can survive, and you can also trade with it. People need food to live, so you can't buy gold and you can't buy silver. Stock up on food and water, because if the dollar bill degenerates into nothing, then we're back into at least temporarily a bartering system. Alright, well, take it easy. And thank you very, very much, Cat, because I wouldn't be doing this shit if it wasn't for me watching your videos. Bye.